You're listening to Biz-Souls, the business podcast with an edge, hosted by me, Rona Lewis, and Jeffrey Hansler. Tune in for perspectives and discoveries about the changing world of business. It's time to connect to the heart, soul, and humor of how business gets done. Hi, kids. Welcome to Biz-Souls. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey Hansler, and I didn't crack Rona in the head this time with the sound. What do you call that?
The clapper?
The clapper.
There you go.
There was one time we were doing it, and I, for one reason, couldn't balance the thing. And
He was aiming.
Almost knocked you in the head a few times. No, it had nothing to do with how angry I was at you.
He's angry every day at me. I piss him off.
I was not angry. I don't get angry. I just get
he doesn't get mad. He gets even. So
this is book 3.
Yeah, the past couple of podcasts, if you haven't been following us, we've been just talking about different books that we have read, we have followed. I'm getting a coaching certification from the second one. And today we are talking about a fantastic book that happened to be written by me.
There you go. So this just came out. You just got this done.
I did.
You've been working on this on a project.
Yeah, for like a year and a half.
No wonder she hasn't been doing her part of the test.
Yeah,
I mean,
never,
she's just,
never.
I'm busy doing something.
I got it. Yeah.
Here's the something.
Hammering away. So this is it's my book. It's called Play and Profit: How Purposeful Play Leads to Organizational Success. Wait, let me do a. Here it is. And so it's on Amazon. It's on ebook, and it's a paperback. And we just want to talk a little bit about why I wrote it and what I'm offering, because play is, as we've been saying, the past year or two, it's really been coming into its own, in the sense that, I mean, Harvard Business School has been writing about it and stuff like that. What?
Rona always talks about guests that come on that just don't breathe. It's like you're afraid I'm going to say something. First of all, I just wanted to comment. Because
he's going to argue with me.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I think this is great that you did it. I'll ask you some questions though on it. So one of the reasons we've done books for the last 3 is we needed a couple of quick subjects to do. I'm getting ready for a big project, and so I'm going to be tied up for a while. And we thought about Rona. The book was out, and so I thought, hey, we can talk about Rona's book. So first of all, how did you get this done? So who are the people that helped you for the book? Oh,
I have a very dear friend, Kathy Arkle, who is actually she's a dear friend who I went to cooking school with. And she's a prolific graphic designer and food blogger. And I talked to her about it. I said, do you do book covers? And she said, yeah, I've actually done quite a few. Would you like me to help you do yours? Yes, please. And it's really fantastic.
It's really funny. Yeah. And then there's just a little note. We're going to footnote on this real quick. There's a little thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Next to her name, it's kind of a wind-up toy.
The little teeth that
it's a little teeth. Yeah, it's like
together. You wind it up and it goes and bounces. That's what this is.
And that's so Rona, because Rona's all teeth.
I am. I'm all teeth. And my dad was a dentist, so it's kind of like a little bit of an ode to him. And then the guy who took all the fabulous pictures is my friend James Franklin. He took my cover photo and my author photo with all the toys and everything in the back. He's actually a big celebrity photographer here. Yeah. He's been he just took a bunch for Jane Fonda and did Charlene Tilton, like a lot of the
who's the gal who Dallas?
Linda Gray.
He
did Linda Gray. So he's
Can we
doing
talk about that?
a whole series.
Can we talk about those?
I think so.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, because they're out, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
He's a big and he does men, women, all the and he just happened to do all these women that fabulous. So I was very pleased that he helped me with this.
And then you wrote this all on your own.
I wrote it on my own,
and then you had a little editing done on it, and then
I worked with, full disclosure, ChatGPT did my illustrations. I asked for black and white illustrations. I uploaded. I said, this is what I wrote. I want this, and this. Could you do something? And I got it.
And then you put it on Kindle, and Kindle actually literally asked you.
I put it on Amazon KDP. It wasn't on Kindle per se. It's but I don't know where. I guess there's a
Kindle.
Just okay.
Or KDP.
Yeah. And when you upload it now, it asks, did ChatGPT help you write it? And then did ChatGPT help you with photos? So I wrote it.
No. Yeah.
No,
it didn't.
and then yes.
And then yes.
Yeah. So full disclosure, I actually can write.
And it helped with the layout a little bit.
Yeah. It helped me with the outline.
Right.
When I was, does this make sense? And it actually said, well, maybe put this here. Oh, okay. And then I fleshed it out, because
KDP, I think it's Kindle Direct Publishing or something.
I don't care.
I could be wrong on that.
So I'm not, you're the one who likes to get all the minutia in there. I'm a concept person. I just like the big things.
Amazon, I wish I had that minutia when it comes to names. I just don't register
I'm
names.
Rona.
Oh, right.
Has my name right there.
Right says you're there.
Anyway,
so tell me about play. Tell me about the basic structure of the book.
So the book is in 3 parts. The first
I haven't read it yet.
No.
And as a matter of fact,
this is actually a pre-book. It says not for resale in the middle, just to make sure. I ordered one just to make sure that it all came out okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm just a great supportive partner. Rona sent me an early draft and said, "Would you read this?" And I said, "No." Well, part of it because I read the first three sentences and I went, "Oh my God, I cannot go through this." I had error. It was really a rough draft, and it was.
I don't even
I tore it apart, and I said, "No, this is." We're going to cancel the podcast over this. So I just avoided the whole shotgun.
And
blast.
What was interesting was everything else. Other people who read it, they didn't find anything wrong.
I know.
With it. We just have very different
approaches,
very different voices when we write. And this is his book, The Sell Little Red Hens.
That was written in 2002.
And so what have you written?
My voice is Jen. What have you written? Well, I wrote the golf book, and that I haven't done much with that one.
So yeah.
So no, I haven't written anything since.
Yeah, I win. So not that this is a competition.
We both talked about doing other books, and Rona beat me to the punch.
I did.
I just itched my nose, which I don't know if that's a lie or what.
Yeah, I'm writing a book now.
I think
coming out next week.
Yeah, exactly. Body language gave it away.
So what it does, it's in 3 different parts. I talk about what play is, the difference between regular play, purposeful play, and there's a whole bunch of different types of play. And then I go into why play and business and play and work absolutely go together. And I break that down, building a culture of play inside your work. And the last part is all about my 5-stage. It's not really a process. It's a method.
Did you have a processor?
They're 5 aspects, but I call them five stages. It's PLAY exclamation point. And I want to thank my old business partner, Jessica, who I started Playful Mind Project with, who actually came up with another version of PLAY that had to do with moms and stuff like that, because she had just had a baby. She was all about moms. And then I went with it for a while and I'm like, no, this doesn't work. And she agreed. And then unfortunately it was in the middle of the pandemic. So I bought her out. And she's doing a fantastic thing with moms and yoga and laughter yoga. And she talks about other things. And
you did an excellent job on that negotiation and just, the breakup, because it was a breakup of partnership. It was for your best.
Yeah. And I just asked her, I said, how would you feel if I brought you out? She's like, really? That would be great. Because she wanted to do a good job so much, and she had a very young child. It was in the middle of the pandemic. She had no help, and I was like, Jessica, she's still on the website. I use her when I need to, and she's awesome. I love her. Anyway, so I changed it. So it's P is the psychological safety, which, as we talk about all the time, is the basic thing without psychological safety, nothing gets done. The L is listening skills. If we don't have good listening skills, we're all there's no emotional intelligence. We can't handle ourselves. Then there's A, which is attuning, hearing what the other person is saying. Y is yes and. It's from improv and hearing what the other person says, as well as adding to the conversation. And then the exclamation point is the celebration, the mic drop, how do we get it done? And in the most positive way possible. So I explain all of that, and there are playtivities and suggestions for things to do that will add to a successful organization, because I have I've made it specific enough so that you know when to do these games, as opposed to playing what I call game spaghetti, throwing a bunch of games against the wall and seeing what sticks. So hopefully it will be helpful to HR people, C-level managers, things like that.
Yeah, and I was just over here a little distracted. So the thing is, play is so important, and that's a reason Rona and I hooked up in the beginning, was because getting people to change in an organization, a lot of times they have to give up all their successes as well as their failures to go to a new system, because they did have success with an old system or an old way of doing things.
Yeah.
And like the book, Superforecasters, they talk about we lie to ourselves, and we have bias on stuff. We have hindsight bias on stuff, and we, without accurate measurements, you're not sure exactly what you're measuring. And one of the things it says is, and this is a quote by Kahneman, I'm pronouncing that badly. That's okay. I don't want to find his name. He says, we rarely seek out evidence. This is out of Superforecasters. We rarely seek out evidence that undercuts our first explanation. And when that evidence is shoved under our nose, we become motivated skeptics, finding reasons, however tenuous, to belittle or throw it out entirely. Oh, this is Galen.
Well, which is what people do with politics now.
Well, it's not just politics. It's what they do in business. And this is why play is so important. It helps people accept their failures. It helps people laugh about their failures. Mm-hmm. That, along with putting them in a positive mind state.
Right, yes.
So this is how, just beat yourself, please. Here, don't let me beat you.
That's right, just
yourself.
Relax. Yeah.
And the chain of these three books together is very valuable, and it's heading in the direction. And the guy you just talked to on the phone is also about that, because as AI comes
William
in,
Welser. He's going to be on the podcast.
We're going to get where AI is going to replace a lot of functions, and the functions that are going to be valuable is the very human functions that we do. And this is just a huge part of it. And so I'm really, congratulations, Rona. Thank you. Great.
Buy the book.
Well, can they get it? They can get it on Kindle.
If you look on Amazon, the ebook. But by the time this comes out, both the ebook and the paperback will be available, and they're not expensive. So please support me in my efforts to get play out into the world.
Absolutely, and they can find you. They've got your website. What's your website?
Oh, you can either go to Rona@ronalewis.com or playfulmindproject.com.
Right. And if you go to Biz-Souls, you'll get a link to that.
Yeah, Biz-Souls. I'm around.
Link to that.
You know what? If you just Google Rona Lewis, I think I come up first.
And you could Google Play and Profit.
Yeah.
By Rona Lewis.
Here it is. It may be backwards, but I don't know.
It's not backwards.
Because it's just the way I shown. So here it is. And, look, isn't that nice? It happens to match the red, black, and white of our... Isn't that nice how that works?
I know. Subtlety.
All
right.
That's it for us. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey.
And this has been Biz-Souls. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
You've been listening to the Biz-Souls podcast with your hosts, Rona Lewis and Jeffrey Hansler. Did you have fun? Subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. Talk to you next week.